lives to see another day. Now look to take down the weakened Voindonkey off towards their northwest side. Good Molotovs, good nades, and Sileo starts to suffer under the heat.
Falcons trying to move up the hilltop, and Vexy, Sentinel on the top of the hill for them, finally blasted aside, and that is, I think that was a nade from, I'm not sure who that one came from, but either way, it's going to take them down, and that is Voindonkey ID with 5 elims going down in 5th place. 4 teams now remain, Falcons with 3 players alive, and 4 MV with all 4 of them standing.
4MV in the weirdest positions of their lives. That's right, it's an endgame. We can't believe they're here with us. They have lost a player, but a res is potential for them. But Revo from the sidelines will pick up one, and 4MV, they're falling like flies.
Rambunctious rascal that he is, Revo ruins 4MV's descent. Doc is into the circle, but now Revo has to break out. This blue zone hurts now, Blanket. Stage 8, trapped behind the McLaren, and Falcons take him down. It looks like it's going all the way, and Falcons open up with the first chicken dinner.
A huge win, and they're still eating good coming into PMGC 2020.
For it, so DRX going to readjust, reapproach. Wild does fall for RCB. The last player there falls down. And I'm looking at the map and I'm seeing Kitsune out in the water there. I'm not entirely sure what he's gone for, but it's going to work out for them. Regroup there, maybe on a hovercraft potentially, to be able to get through as quick as he did. Thundertalk going to try and send towards the roadside, but getting lit up by Apex. And the second as well, soon to follow. 4MV staying alive, 7 elims and 4 players. Let's see what they can do from the southwest side.
4MV. This is a good opportunity. Look, the fact of the matter is, 7 elims, they've not done too terribly in the last 3 matches. Up to 18 points. It's a good start for 4MV. And like I said, this is a team, although looking first place, looking more for redemption here at PMGC also. DRX moving around on that eastern side in Cilio. Once again, into those final moments of the game with 5 eliminations early on. Great stuff.
Cilio down to 3 players though. They're trying to push in on this eastern side. You can see Nomi, the outpost for Team Spirit, towards the ridge that sits out there. And it's really difficult to move in past where Incilio currently sit. With the positions on the south that haven't really been taken care of, they can't move freely, but they're going to go for this crash now. Incilio on the
trick. Influence Rage, they'll be across the road towards that eastern side. Likely going to be the biggest roadblock for them going forward. We've got the purple massive over towards the western side. Huge from 4MV. 4MV completely obliterates Na'Vi.
Able to take down the remaining players of Na'Vi. Doc with a big nade over the top. It's been a while since we started to see that sort of pressure. And now 12 elims found for 4MV. From the southwest side, they will have to move past Team Spirit, try and take control of it. Closer to the coastline, that will be the major threat. Influence Rage, clear out Guild, and on the south side, they will have a little bit longer to play with. Incilio, however, still yet to make their move fully towards Team Spirit.
Is this the docketing once again happening before our eyes on an angle? This is the one time where if you're a 4MV fan, you're almost hoping for second place so they don't get too big for their boots here. That's all I'm saying. I think in 4MV, this is a good chance to get back into the groove of things. Again, redemption is what this team wants. Reputation. Trying to claw that back here for 4MV. Incilio over towards that eastern side. Now have to come face to face with Team Spirit inside their compound. Like you said earlier, Matic alone on an island off towards that western side.
Has the backstop of that ridge line to play with that is facing off against 4MV. But as soon as they signal go time, as soon as the Vicious are dealt with, this is such an opener potentially for 4MV. You've got Nick McGalaxy, their remaining players still stuck in this western side as well. Ralph and Redox going to make things a little bit stickier on the west. Incilio looking to try and slow down Influence Rage, and seemingly it's going to be fairly successful. But it's 4MV, the main benefactors here. There is a knock sent back their way, but will that be a flush? Will that be taken away? I'm not entirely sure. Doc on that forefront does have a teammate right next to him. Apex is already going for the res. An Influence Rage will not be able to make it into this circle if Lil Boy doesn't get his skates up.
14 eliminations so far here on our angle. 4MV looking to start a fire. inside this lobby towards Sosnovka. It started in military base, and they are certainly bringing the thunder over towards this north side.
With 14 other players still left in this lobby, there's potential to up this score fairly quickly, depending on how many they can pick up. But Incilio still looking to try and snaffle some of those away. They will pick up one towards Diminor on Incilio, onto the Vicious on the west side of this circle. You can see Matic off in the distance, up on the high ground, now has 4MV to deal with, almost solo. The rest of Team Spirit can't move in to help, but in comes the Vicious with that sideswipe angle, Enigma Galaxy as well. They're fighting on two fronts. Apex has been knocked, Redox goes down then, and Ralph is low, taken away as well. That comes through from the nade from Reapers. 2 eliminations found, and 4MV up to 15 elims. Looking to try and get that res. You can see Matic is giving ground and allowing them to move up to this ridgeline. He doesn't really have too many options.
I mean, here in the UK, purple signifies royalty, and right now they're looking like the prince amongst the purple teams that sat all the way up towards that western side. You love to see it. 4MV taking this further and further. Team Spirit look to potentially shut this one down, but on the momentum they've got, they are blazing a trail forward inside this lobby.
It's not easy to bounce back. But with Doc at the helm, 7 elims under his belt this match, they'll see if they can find it. Kitsune, nade over towards Westron. Team Spirit still holding these 3 players in this compound. And they found the opening right over on the west side. That's 4MV, who now have that hillside under control. The rest of Team Spirit will have to try and move across to try and deal with it, but Incilio is a bigger threat right now because they have to move. They know this crash is coming. Team Spirit are going to use a lot of time and a lot of nades to deal with this scenario, and this might allow 4MV to just fully take control.
These are some seriously unfortunate nades. I mean, the sidesteps have been unreal coming through from Incilio. Doc sending one of those Doc nades over towards Matic as he crawls back towards his team. Redlick will get a little bit of damage done. There's a fantastic smoke laid down over towards him. And now Team Spirit's more concerned about getting their boy back up in action. Must be limited on nades as well. They want that anchor point to come through, but 4MV starts to creep, looking over the top. And it might just be the Vicious to potentially bail Team Spirit out of this horrendous location versus Incilio.
The only thing keeping Matic alive is the Vicious as well, but he is slowly bleeding out. You can see his health bar almost nothing, and I don't think Team Spirit get this one back under control. Incilio with a last-ditch wide sweep here in the McLaren, and David looks to try and shut that down, but is it going to be able to find the crash all the way on the wraparound? The backline certainly not so lucky as Apex crest the ridgeline over towards their high ground counterpoint. On the east edge, they have the blue zone pushing. Fash has to step up, Redlick as well. Incilio not long for this one.
Doc is going insane inside this game. 8 eliminations. The nades have been flowing thick and fast. The Baron of the zone, the Apex Predator of the circle. And Doc, he needs no introductions.
Team Spirit on the rollout. 1 player dropped by the wayside. It's Kitsune and Effects to move into the rest of the match. Spray down over towards 3TN, and 3 teams remain. The Vicious on the off angle. 2 players there. Team Spirit as a duo as well, but it is 4 players for 4MV. Riding high. Over towards the high ground as well. Nades around the edge, and it is the first to fall. Effect is out.
Vicious with 2, but Kitsune right now looking like easy prey for 4MV. Kitsune looking to take his fate into his own hands. A Molotov drops to the ground, then he'll burn to a crisp. Kitsune is out. Now down to 2 players, the Vicious and 4MV. 21 eliminations, looking to break their previous record.
23 eliminations potentially on the cards here for 4MV as Doc sweeps out to the wide angle. 2 players stand in their way right now. A big nade could cause some upset, but I just don't think it's going to happen. The middle of the circle, sure, is over the way of the Vicious, I think. Or is it over towards the middle for Baron there? Because he might just have a little bit closer to it.
You got your glasses on, lad.
I do. I've had to readjust. We're back in. They're both purple on the map blank. It's confusing, but I'll tell you what I'm sure of. It's Doc moving forwards. He wants these last 2 players go. As the crossfire on the nades. This is dangerous. Okay. Uh-oh.
Classic Doc back in action.
Oh no.
You hate to see it. The Vicious, though, currently on the outer edge at the moment. 4MV holding a lot of space. Doc gives this life for the rest of the team. A lovely shot from Baron. Now one more left remaining, and Reefus looks to finish it off. And it's 4MV with 23 eliminations and a chicken dinner on our last Erangel of the day.
From last chance to the top spot here with a massive chicken dinner. 4MV make themselves known.
It is redemption, it is the dockening, and 4MV is back. Clear out some of these teams potentially. Enigma Galaxy, they get involved, but I think Tong Jiabao are likely the next victims on the list. DRX have already found a strong spot to play down towards the south side. Not likely to get cleaned up until later. Reefus, though, will find one over towards Enigma Galaxy, and they're still going strong here, finding one more after another. 2 elims found now for 4MV, and they were barely able to get close.
Narvalo managed to get ahead of it, but he's the last player now to stand for Enigma Galaxy.
Na'Vi putting the pins in the board, sinking their battleships in the process. Very, very well done. Those nades were insanely placed. Apex with another down towards Thunderdogs. Not likely they're getting across that road in the first place. It's a very, very difficult position to play for Thunderdogs, and 4MV just have this angle. DRX did go down earlier. Another pick off there for 4MV, and it will be Thunderdogs now out. But it is looking like 4MV are on for another good game here, John.
They've got 5 elims, they've got some momentum. 2-2 split on the southwest side of the Ridgeland, but Team Spirit have Central. They're quiet, but they haven't been in any fights so far. I question how much ammo they're going to have in reserve, but we know that they can ration it. They know they're good in that sort of scenario. They got the maths.